again. Today we're also making pork asado. Judging by the name, I'm guessing it's probably from the Spanish influence when they conquered the Philippines for 300 years. So that's a bit of history for you guys. Now, this is the Kapampangan version. I'm from Pampanga region in the Philippines. And like I mentioned before, they say that the Spanish influence is so heavy in the area that it's affected our language, our culture, our architecture, and of course our food. So this is one of those recipes that I got from my mom, and I was just discussing with her last night, and she taught me a little bit how to do it the authentic Kapampangan way. So yeah, let's do this together. The only thing I insisted on is I told her I was gonna do the roasted peppers and tomatoes. I do love the taste of roasted peppers and tomatoes, so I did them in the oven. Just brush them with olive oil or your vegetable oil and broil them in the oven 400 degrees, okay, until they begin to char, and then just peel off the burnt skin afterwards. Yeah, and the rest is I guess the recipe I inherited from my mom, which she inherited from her mom. So also, what am I gonna tell you? Oh yeah, for the tomatoes, she told me to take the seeds out, but I love the whole tomato. I couldn't bear like throwing out the seeds, so I just chopped them. And yeah, so let's begin. So let's start by mixing our soy sauce and our lemon juice. Now I measured 1/2 cup of soy sauce and just about 3 1/4 teaspoon of your lemon juice. So mix that up, and she said to taste it. Make sure that it's not too sour or too salty. So let's do that. I think it's on the salty side, so let's go ahead and add more lemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another tablespoon of lemon, and that should do it. And then she said once you get the right balance between salty and sour with the lemon flavor, the lemon juice, you can add your water. So there you go. This should be just right. And as we are cooking, we will be adding more water just to make sure that our pot is not going dry. Okay, so we're just gonna put everything together in this pot. Big enough to hold everything together. Your tomatoes, lots of it. We're gonna do your roasted peppers and roasted tomatoes. There you go. It just adds that smoky flavor that I love. Then we're gonna do your 1 cup water and your 1/2 cup soy sauce and your let's say 4 tablespoons of lemon juice now. Okay, so everything in there. Let's do your bay leaf, your onions, your garlic, there you go. Make sure everything is mixed well together, and we're just gonna boil it all in this one pot here. Oh, gotta soak those bay leaf before they start to break. we want to be able to fish them out whole later on. Not worry about chewing on some crusty leaves. So we're just going to bring this whole pot to a boil. Okay. So we're going to bring this to a boil. I'd say medium heat because you don't want to burn the bottom. And then, yeah, we'll just wait until our pork is tender. So it's boiling, so you just want to mix it. Make sure that it's not drying out. See that 1 cup of liquid and a little bit of soy sauce. That was more than enough, I'd say, because the tomatoes, they're quite watery too. And of course your meat had some water in there too. So just make sure it's not drying out and keep it on medium heat. So our pork is fork tender. So this is good to go. I'm gonna show you guys, we're gonna take it out of this pot, okay? So we're gonna take out the meat one by one. Try not to get the tomatoes or any of the big chunks of tomatoes there. Just the meat on its own, okay? So one by one, let's take it out. Okay, so this is the sauce that's left in the pan after you took your pork out. So we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of these leaves now. We don't need them anymore. Remember our bay leaves? We're just gonna take them out. I think we got all of them out now. So I put the whole can of tomatoes in there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it just to thicken our sauce also. So we're gonna add what we blended onto our pan, and we're gonna simmer this low heat until it thickens. Patience, okay? Patience. Okay, so just mix it in with our sauce and we'll simmer it low heat. It doesn't matter however long it takes. You'll know when it thickens, okay? And while it's doing that, you can also go and get your potatoes and add them to this pan so they get enough time to soften. So go ahead and add your potatoes in. There you go. Just cover that. Now you're gonna heat oil in a pan, and the meat that we took out of our big pot there, we're gonna fry it. We're gonna brown it. This is where the Kapampangan version differs from the other versions. Anyway, we have time, so let's do this now because our tomato sauce is still simmering. So we're just gonna brown our meat. Just gonna add our paprika. So our sauce thickened nicely. Just a little bit more, okay? There you go. So patience. It's been simmering low for 15 minutes. So we'll just give it another 5 to 10 minutes here. So now I got it to the thickness that I like. Like, I know it's just really this thick sauce, this thick tomato sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix in our fried pork. All right. Turn off that stove. And this is the Kapampangan version of pork asado. Just the way I remember my mom making it. And honestly, once you've reduced your tomato sauce to this thickness, it's just amazing. So much flavor. And the tenderness of meat that you actually browned in hot oil, it's just amazing. So I hope you like this one, guys. Let me know. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon.